I'm back, bitches!
You! It's all your fault! You took her from me!
Welcome to Kit Katastrophe. My name is Kit, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Micromaster Battle Patrol. These figures came out in 2018 as part of Wave 1 of the Micromaster assortment, and retails around $10. Top Shot, who was previously known as Big Shot, transforms into a Cybertronian self-propelled gun. It's pretty squat and dense, but it sure as hell doesn't look any good. Sure, the rusty orange and the khaki yellow are both on topic for this sort of vehicle, but the Games Workshop gray kinda kills the mood when a nice gunmetal or even simply a darker gray would have done so much. Also, the middle bit of the vehicle mode looks somewhat anorexic and gappy. Couple that with the fake wheels on the side, and the overall effect is pretty shoddy. At least you can raise, lower, and twist the turret around to your liking, and you can even plug on a Fire Blast effect part onto the tip of his circumcised cannon. There's also a 5mm port on the back of the turret. Remember that. Flak, who was almost to be renamed Flask, transforms into a much beefier vehicle, a mobile missile launcher. This is probably my favorite vehicle mode out of the entire first wave of Micromasters, as it's just so chunky and solid, scratching all of my itches. The color scheme is a lot better, taken up mostly by this muted green, and shocker, some gunmetal accents on the guns? There's some more Games Workshop gray around the back, but it doesn't bother me as much as Top Shot did, since you won't see it from most angles. Speaking of those guns, you can likewise shove on one of the effect parts for some pretend firepower action. All things considered, Top Shot's transformation is very complex for a Micromaster, in that he has a lot of moving parts, such as the turret needing to get out of the way of Top Shot's inexplicably long heel spurs. Other than that, he's a standard Micromaster affair, with a simple shoulder width extension and a knee flip. Flak is even simpler without any of the fluff that Top Shot had, but I enjoy the conversion scheme a bit more because of the feeling of inertia due to all the parts rotating in the same direction, if that makes any sense. He reminds me of that dump truck Decepticon from the scene in Washington, D.C. in Dark of the Moon. Top Shot's robot mode looks like what would happen if you gave a bunker arms and legs. The torso and the biceps are covered in thick armor plating, giving off a sense of toughness and durability. The limbs themselves are a little thin and weedy, but it's all balanced out with some nice boots made from the front end of the vehicle mode, and the Mixmaster-esque overhang on top of his head. Look at his face! I looked like that once. For some playability action, you can swing the turret up over his head like some kind of forehead penis gun. Have fun, kiddos. Flak takes the anthropomorphization of a bunker to a whole new level by integrating the arms and legs into the bunker itself. Or rather, what would happen if you just gave a bunker head? I mean, a head. As far as Micromasters go, Flak is easily the beefiest of them all, easily evoking such muscular physiques as Arnold Schwartz African American. He's very straightforward with his design ethic, going for the classic Micromaster arms made of treads and the actually rather unobtrusive fold-over alt mode hoodie. Oh look! There's a 5mm port on it. Activating them almonds, right? Let's take a second and appreciate that chest design. Nice. Alright, so it's like 90 degrees out here, so let's be quick with the articulation segment. Top Shot. He probably has something at the head. There, you see there's a little pin there, and it looks like it's a separate piece, and I hear on his retool you can turn his head if you have a tool, but I don't have a tool on me, nor do I want to expend the effort to get one, because it's 90 goddamn degrees out here. But his head can probably turn. Ball joints at the arms, they don't move that much, and there's a little hinge connected to it, so there's a little shrugability. He has a waist swivel, which I did not expect on a Micromaster. It can go all the way around, but the hips are on a simple ball joint. There's no swivel or anything, it's just a regular ball joint. And the knees are a simple pin joint. They can go deeper, but that involves moving the heels out the way, and that'll make him look weird. And finally, his turret, like I said, can rotate all the way, and you can point the gun down over his head. Be like that, if you want. Flak, he can look up. I guess that's more than Top Shot can do. His arms are just one piece. They're simple ball joint, and they move around like so. He doesn't have any elbows or anything. He doesn't have a waist swivel either, which is disappointing. But his legs are the same as Top Shot's. They move forward and backward on a ball joint. No swivel or anything, but he does have a good knee bend. And that's pretty much it as far as, these two robots go as far as posability, because, they are Micromasters. And I am very hot. If you have an IQ above room temperature, you've probably figured out that these two bunker buddies combine. The transformation is a rather simple affair, though much cleverer than the airstrike patrols, and a lot more involved. Flak just tucks in his head like some kind of dick joke I'm too lazy to think all the way through, while Top Shot really gets his money's worth with all that engineering, putting some use to the waist swivel and those girder heel spurs. Shame that I can't manage to turn his head around, so he's always watching you, judging you while you pump the bodies of your enemies with hot, sticky ordnance. Baka hentai! Now this, dear viewer, is the combined weapon mode. This is a kinetic kills sidewinder vehicle with a secondary cyclotrimethylene trinitramine RDX burst. It's capable of busting the bunker under the bunker you just busted. If it were any smarter, it'd write a book that would make Ulysses look like it was written in crayon. It would read it to you. It's called the Electroverge Neuroblaster. The shape of it is really concise, but the colors are kind of a crapshoot. It's obvious that this is just two blokes stitched together like some kind of boring human centipede. But I'll tell you what, this gun is damn solid, and using Top Shot's barrel as the handle is genius. Overall, I'd say this is a very nice attempt at a Micromaster weapon. But I'm not done yet! Flak can also kinda sorta be his own gun, bringing a whole new issue to the gun control debate. Ever since I got Top Shot and Flak, I always thought they were outshadowed by the Airstrike Patrol. Well, I've always seen Flak as the best Micromaster of the first wave, but after writing this review and getting real comfortable with the Battle Patrol, I can safely say that they really are the better choice. Of course, I love me some Decepticons, and the Airstrike Patrol have a really good combined weapon mode, so it's a no-brainer for me to want them. But the Battle Patrol are overall a lot more involved and have an overall polish that the Airstrike Patrol doesn't, especially given how weak Visper is. Top Shot is not that bad, let me assure you. This has been Kit Catastrophe. What did you think of my new reviewing location? Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Just be warned, I'm stuck with it for now. But for now, it's time to transform and roll out.